So are we ready to talk about the man behind Epstein and Maxwell? You know, the one that funded them, possibly even put him up to it? Me too. For entertainment purposes, of course, because none of this is true, and what I'm saying is purely satire. Alright, now the reason we're here is because old Les Wexner decided to pipe up a few weeks ago and say he was going to pull all his funding from Harvard because of what's going on in Israel. And considering the ties that Harvard has, I thought that was a weird flex. So I started connecting dots. Now anybody that doesn't know, Les Wexner was not only Jeffrey Epstein's BFF, but I personally think he was the one that funded the whole thing. Now we all know that the true evil ones move quietly and have enough money to never get caught. But considering the gifts that Wexner gave Epstein, I'm surprised this wasn't obvious to me sooner.
And he does have very close ties to Jeff Epstein that it will potentially hurt his business a lot. We have in the story a former CFO of The Limited, which is a precursor company to the L brand, saying that the relationship was not on par, and then on top of that, there was the fact that Les Wexner said that he severed ties with Epstein more than 12 years ago, around the time when he was initially arrested. But
it all goes back and forth to the question of how did Jeff Epstein make that much money?
Yes.
I mean, they say it's $500 million. How did he make $500 million managing someone's money? And he actually, the reports are, at least that Mr. Wexner gave him this really expensive townhouse.
Yeah. So there was a transfer of the townhouse. It's very blurry if you look at how that happened for zero, and then there was payment. It's unclear, the money trail. And then also, don't forget, he also transferred the jet over, a Boeing 727. But it really raises a question.
Now the links between Epstein and Wexner is a rabbit hole all on its own. If you want a video on that, just let me know. So not only did Wexner have a clear relationship with Epstein, but Wexner and this guy, Edgar Brofman, started a mega group that Maxwell's dad was a part of. Now before I go any further, Edgar Brofman and the Brofman family are the bootleggers that started Seagram's Gin. Now not only does this family have ties to the man with the little mustache, but one of the daughters, Claire, was part of the Nexium sex cult and the rabbit hole that woke me up.
This morning, Claire Bronfman, heiress to Seagram's liquor fortune, is appearing in court, set to be sentenced for her role inside the so-called cult Nexium. According to prosecutors, the 41-year-old, whose father, a philanthropist and former beverage tycoon, was worth billions before his passing, used her extraordinary wealth and social status to fund and promote a criminal enterprise led by Nexium founder Keith Raniere.
And again, that's a rabbit hole all on its own, so if you want a video, just let me know. But back to this mega group that not only had Maxwell's dad in it, but also has people like Steven Spielberg. So not only did Wexner start the group with this family, which is funny how they have their own island, and that's where they had their parties at. But then you got Epstein and all those links. But then you got Ghislaine Maxwell's dad in your group as well. Funny how him and Epstein kind of died in strange ways, isn't it? And now the fact that you used to own Abercrombie and Finch, and this just happened? I think we really need to start asking ourselves what's really going on. Y'all stay safe.